I'm moving an RV with an iPad app. So I'm coming to you again from Pebble's headquarters in Silicon Valley, California, looking at the Pebble Flow EV trailer. This is an amazing feat that I'm very, very excited about. They're talking about it coming into production before the end of the year now. We've got a full tour on the channel that you can check out from when I was here several months ago. But they brought me back out here to see some new features that weren't quite ready when I was here last time. And they're mostly related to the automation of the powered axle on the trailer. But before we take a look at that, Pebble has made some improvements in this design. We shared the video several months ago on this channel. There are several other videos out there. Folks that have come to take a look at the Pebble. They had it at the LA Auto Show, and they got a lot of feedback from you and from other folks about things that might need some improvement. One of the biggest comments we got was about those cabinets inside that opened out and down instead of up. They've changed that. The production version is going to have a little bit more room inside as well, and it's going to have a little bit more access to storage on the outside, and it's all just tidied up a little bit better and it's a little bit cleaner. I'm not able to show you the images of that yet. I got a look at it myself though, and I'm very excited about the little updates that they're making to make this a more production ready vehicle. So if you want to check out that whole tour, I'll link to that in the description. But today we're going to go outside with some of the engineers. We're going to take a look at the Pebble app, and we're going to actually drive this thing around their very tight parking lot in the back here with an iPad. We're going to see the InstaCamp feature, which you press a button and it sets itself up for camp. And we're going to see the Magic Hitch, which is amazing. The trailer actually hooks itself up to the tow vehicle without you putting any effort in at all. It is a game changer for sure. So last time I was out here, there were a few features that I wasn't able to check out, and they were mainly centered around some of the automation involved in the Pebble Flow that's going to make setting up camp a little bit easier, but also getting into some of those tight camp spots and getting into your storage and all that sort of stuff, plus hitching up. So let's start with the drivable axle, the fact that I can just take this iPad right here and move this around. They've got some security features built in here, but it's just a basic iPad app. And I have to hold down with my left thumb on this spot. And if I don't keep holding down right here, it will not move. But then there's a little control pad, and I can change the speed the thing moves back and forth. But I'm moving an RV with an iPad app. They have some pretty difficult obstacles in this parking lot to get around, which has actually made this very useful for them just here moving around this thing in the facility. But there's a whole, this left-hand turn here into this parking spot here. I can actually make a full 90-degree turn here and get back into this campsite, let's call it, or storage, whatever you will, without hitting all of this stuff on the ground. I mean, I've never backed something up into something this tight before. I could pull this into a garage. I could change my position in a campsite without hooking the vehicle up, which is a real big thing. You ever unhook and realize that you're too far away from the power, or there's a beautiful view of the sunset coming from one direction and you can't see it by the way you've positioned yourself in a boondocking spot? You can make all those adjustments with this thing. It's not a gimmick. Like, I thought it would be kind of gimmicky, I'll be honest, to be able to power an RV like this. I mean, I thought, not that it was a gimmick, but that maybe this was sort of ancillary to the fact that the powered axle is really there to help the vehicle drive it down the road. But this is really useful. You know, some of the comments on the original video I put out of the Pebble Flow, and some of the comments that Pebble has received, they're always doing updating, getting ready to put this thing into production. And one of the comments that I got a lot of was that wheel on the front isn't going to be able to make it over some difficult ground, right? They've really gone through a lot of iterations in that front wheel, and I've seen video now, I'll put it up here if we have it, of this doing full turns in a complete rugged field, and it can handle it just fine. So once you're in the campsite, You want to get set up, you want it to level out, you want to put your jacks down, all that stuff. It's just a one button thing. You take out the iPad, you use your fingerprint ID, which is why I'm not doing it right now. Stefan's going to do it for me. And it puts the jacks down, levels it out, puts the stairs out, brings down the this aerodynamic foil in the front here. If that is up, it's not in the up position right now. One touch and you're set up for camp. And then of course, when you're done camping, it's the reverse thing. You just press the button again and it sucks it all back into itself. So then when it's time to hook up to your car or your truck or whatever you're towing with, you don't have to get into it and move it around. Just leave it where it is. You bring the trailer as close as you want to, as close as you feel comfortable, 2-3 feet away. And then the trailer hooks itself up to the hitch. It's called Magic Hitch, and it's amazing. You don't have to hop in and out of the car to see if you're close enough. You don't have to worry about if you're high enough or not. The trailer does all of that for you, and it just hitches itself up. You don't have to touch it.
Without lining anything up in advance, the trailer raises itself to the height above the ball, moves itself forward using sensors. There's no input right here. It's doing this all on its own, finds the ball, and drops itself down on it, and the hitch latches in place. The front jack then retracts itself up into the body of the trailer. Right now, it only goes up about 6 inches, but they do say that the production version will be tucked away.
So those are some of the updates to the Pebble Flow. They still think they're going to come to production by the end of this year. You can order one now with a $500 refundable deposit if you want. I'm just excited about the real engineering that's gone into this thing. It's very different from a lot of the RV tours I have been able to do in the past. And seeing the folks here, seeing the team grow at this facility and how they're creating something that is really truly coming to market with really an intention of being ready for use on day one. I think folks that order one are actually going to be very happy with it. It's a game changer whether you want to tow something like this behind a traditional internal combustion engine or if you want to tow it behind an EV and have that built-in battery get some range extension for you. It doesn't matter. If you're not into EVs, that's fine. This is a boondocking machine with all the solar on the roof and all the battery power inside and the ability to get into all these tight little spaces without you having to buy an upgraded tow vehicle. There's so much room inside the Pebble Flow at only 25 feet. I think it's just a fantastic couples coach with all the EV features and without them. So I'd love to know in the comments what you think about it, what you think about the updates they've made, what you think about these additional features that allow you to move the RV around outside without a vehicle attached to it. Is that something that you're looking for? I think it's fantastic, but I'd love to know what you think. Thanks a lot for being here. Hit the like button if you got something on this video. Subscribe if you want more like this, and we'll see you next time.